The following pro wrestling exhibition requires discretionary viewer participation.
4.
Howdy, friends and neighbors. San Antonio, Texas is the backdrop for tonight's Rwl Sn Rl. Welcome, gang. Glad you made it. Your front row seats are always good. And I'm Wally Cardell, joined in the booth by Johnny Bianco and General Manager Tex Lynch. And I'm afraid we're starting off the night with bad news. The usual sort of bad news coming, of course, from the sectarians.
Evening all, and I'm here with all the info on this story. Earlier today, the broadcast department received a file from his Manson, and the contents turned out to be more than disturbing. I literally couldn't believe what I was hearing.
And here I thought we was going to have us a peaceful Texas Thanksgiving, damn it. Good evening, folks. How's everybody doing tonight? Yes, sir, we did get this bizarre message from Kaz Manson of the Sectarians, and it is literally quite the craziest thing I've ever heard. But check it out for yourself. Roll it!
Salutations and blessings to our children. A message to Danielle Heathcote from Supreme Mother Lilith Morella. It would serve you well to listen to what she is going to say to you, to speak directly with your soul.
Danielle, I know, we all know, there is a boy within you, a boy that needs fulfillment. Danielle Heathcote, we are offering you membership within our sectarian brethren. You would be elevated to a place of great power and influence that you could use to fill the emptiness within and satisfy your desires for power. Please consider what you are being offered, but mark well the danger of refusal. I shall send daughter Amanda and niece Valen to await your answer. Danielle, come. Join us and conquer our WL with but a wish.
This is not what they do. At least, not before now. Imagine Liberty Belle Danielle even thinking about joining these ass clowns. It's laughable.
But the not funny part is Amanda Robinson and Valak are coming to the ring in a minute for what looks like it's gonna be our first match tonight. No way would Danielle do this.
You're damn right she wouldn't.
Howdy, San Antonio, and welcome to our WL Sn Rl, our opening contest, set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by Ethan Valen and representing the Sectarians from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Dark Mystic, Amanda Robinson.
Please pardon my deliberately bad grammar, but this is the most stupidest thing these Nimrods have tried yet.
A generous offer attached to a tacit threat of violence. I guess they were just looking for a fight with Danielle, and they're probably about to get one. Why the hell even make the offer unless you knew it would be rejected with force?
Probably on some insane level. They half believe she might accept, but I doubt even they're capable of being that insane. And there's too many people in her circle who won't allow it, like you, Tex.
Damn right I wouldn't. There's a whole bunch of other people that wouldn't allow it either. The ridiculous notion in the first place. The hell are they even thinking? Unbelievable. Well, looks like we're going to get a fight, because she's definitely not going to say yes. Look at this. Big show of force by Amanda Robinson, who has heretofore never even opened her damn mouth. Well, this should be colorful.
Danielle Heathcote, I want you to listen well. I've come to hear your answer, Danielle. The Sectarians offer you a place within our ranks, which will guarantee you almost limitless power. You would come to undeniably dominate RWL, but we would like your answer now. Will you join us? Or must we fight?
How about pound sand? Listen up. or I'm gonna rip your ear off your head and shove it between your cheeks so you can hear me kicking your fake goth ass.
Holy crap, what happened to Mr. Ferrantino?
Yikes on trikes, looks like we're gonna see if Jay Ferrantino's bad side here.
Now I got your attention. My name is Matthew James Ferrantino, and I'm the exclusive manager of Liberty Bell Danielle. Let me spell it out for you. Cause you seem a little sped? I make the deals when it comes to Danielle, and I go with what the GMs want, and I'm spitting on this bullshit offer of yours. Take that shit back to Lilith and Kaz and whatever other bitch as cultists, and you can tell them we chose the fight when she sees what Liberty Bell is gonna do to your face.
Oh, Dipset, no, he did end.
Shut up.
Our opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, our WL Ladies Triple Crowner, All-American Liberty Dallas, Danielle Heathcote.
We've seen Ferrantino mad before, but not mad like that. Damn! MJ Ferrantino. The Mother Eagle's claws came the hell on out. Standing up 10 toes down for Liberty Bell Danielle and this whole ridiculous idea of her joining the sect. Well, he just put the foot down on that bad boy. I gotta tell you, they gotta be a special kind of stupid to think they could sign Danielle up to this mess. Oh, man. Well, this is gonna be most unpleasant for Miss Robinson. Here's the bell. Danielle goes behind on Amanda Robinson. Wrist clutch knee to the midsection. Down goes Amanda. Danielle shoved away by Amanda Robinson. Quickly back up on her feet. There's a kick to the leg of Danielle Heathcote. Wrist clutch, surfboard stomps to the back of Amanda Robinson. Danielle, oh man, what a jumping elbow, took her down hard. Danielle locks her up. Oh man, oh, nice suplex right there. Oh, a hard right to the head. Danielle whips Amanda Robinson over the top rope out onto the floor. Amanda is laid out, and Danielle, whoa, with the leg drop from 10 feet up. Oh, man, she's motionless. Amanda Robinson, not really a wrestler. She's been mostly Easton Valle's ballet. She wrestles once in a blue moon. Danielle wrestles like a couple of times a week. Well, now, you're going to see the difference right here. Danielle Heathcote gets a hold of both legs and decides she's going to stretch Amanda Robinson on the outside. Let the referee do his counting thing. Why the hell not? Danielle playing to the fans here in San Antonio, and I think they're loving it. Danielle Heathcote with a hard right spins Amanda Robinson around. Gets a hold of a Russian leg sweep head first into the floor. Danielle firmly in control of things right now. Gets a hold of Robinson, rolls her back inside the ring. Easton Valley does not look too thrilled. Danielle again up on the top turnbuckle. Whoa, misses with the elbow. Amanda Robinson a step too quick, goes for the cover, hooks the leg. One. Just one, says referee Charles Lucera. Valley just slid a chair in there. Amanda with a knee right to the head of Danielle Heathcote. The referee getting rid of that chair right away. Good eyes, Charles. There's a kick from Amanda Robinson right in front of MJ Ferrantino. Man, he has just stood the hell up. 10 toes down for Liberty Bell Danielle. I knew I made a wise choice with him. A stomp to the midsection from Amanda Robinson. Danielle turns it around. Couple of hard forearms right to the face of Amanda. Danielle goes in for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, just one. Amanda still got a little too much steam in the tank. Jumping elbow right to the midsection of Amanda Robinson. Again, Amanda rolls to the outside. Danielle again goes to the top turnbuckle. And oh man, jumping elbow right to the top of the dome to Amanda. And Robinson rounded up by Danielle. Oh man, Fisherman Buster on the outside on that floor. Ref's already counting. Amanda Robinson pitched into the ring steps by Liberty Bell Danielle. And yes, she is playing it up for the fans, and they are just eating it up alive. Oh man, beautiful. Danielle gets a hold of Amanda Robinson. Pitches her into those ring steps again. What the hell were they thinking? Join the sectarians. What in the... Man, come on. Robinson Trying to turn it around here. Danielle counters with elbows to her midsection. Backs her off a good couple of steps. Danielle Heathcote looking like she's waiting for Amanda to make a move here. Decided against a kick, a punch, all right. And a DDT face first into the canvas as MJ Ferrantino looks on. Danielle letting that referee count into a Boston Crab on Amanda Robinson. And she's gonna wish she's probably gonna go and take in a little more practice. Tries for the belly to belly, but no dice. Countered by Amanda quickly back inside the ring. Here comes Danielle in hot pursuit. Off the ropes. Oh, man, flying punch. And Amanda Robinson, Ethan Valek undoing the turnbuckle. Here's the ref. One. Just the one again. Danielle quickly back up. Amanda Robinson with a kick right to the face. And Danielle Heathcote. Robinson drives a wrist clutch knee into Danielle's head. She better not be taking too many headshots. That's not a good idea. Oh, man, running boot right to the face over the top rope and out onto the floor. Amanda Robinson trying to turn things around here. Danielle looks locked up. Whipped to the ropes by Amanda. Oh, hard shot to the midsection. Man. Amanda with a hard forearm takes Danielle down to the canvas. And again, Danielle finding herself in a bit of trouble here. Amanda Robinson pressing the advantage. Hard right spins Danielle around. Danielle counters with an elbow. Robinson whipped to the far. Oh, right into the steel. Well, how you like that, honey? Here's a cover. 1, 2. Would have served her right, too. Right into that exposed turnbuckle. Well, that'll teach you a lesson. Maybe you won't try that next time. The referee trying to fix that thing now. Danielle about center ring. Swings and misses with the hard right. Gets a hold of her. Another suplex. Landing Amanda Robinson center ring. Valid getting into it with her. That ain't good. No, turn around, man. No. Oh, man, here we go. Reverse Russian leg sweep. Face first into the canvas. Amanda Robinson covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2. Man. This is some nerve-wracking business right here. Amanda Robinson with a right spins Danielle around. Up over the shoulder, inverted fireman's carry, knee to the head of GTS. Here's another cover from Robinson. 1, 2. But again, no. Danielle still got enough steam in the tank to get out of the pin. Amanda Robinson doing a little bit of showboating here, but Danielle trying to get back to a standing position. A set of hard-mounted right hands from Amanda Robinson, followed up with a stomp to the midsection. Off the top rope, moonsault fails to connect. Danielle quickly out of the way of that. Robinson whipped to the ropes. She puts on the brakes, a hard right into Danielle's wrist and into a sweeper hold. And here goes Valek again, right there. The referee calling for the break. The turnbuckle exposed yet again. And Danielle's gonna whip her right into it one more time. Good on you, honey. Oh, man. Amanda Robinson catching that exposed turnbuckle twice. Danielle with a flip over neck whip on Robinson. A stomp to the leg. And Amanda Robinson rapidly losing control of things here as Danielle starts to press the attack. Liberty Bell Danielle throws a knee into the head of Amanda Robinson. Valek starting to look really worried now. Better not expose that turnbuckle again. Again, head first into the turnbuckle. Oh, man. Right into the steel. Robinson counters the whip. Danielle leaps over. Look at this right here. A rebound off the rope. A swing and a miss from Robinson and a jumping elbow. Takes Robinson down to the canvas. The referee fixing the turnbuckle again. Oh, man. Come on. Turn around, man. Damn it. Here he is. 1, 2, 3. This one's all over. Liberty Bell Danielle defeats Amanda Robinson by pinfall. Let's get the official time from Buck Morton.
The time, 7 minutes and 43 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Liberty Bell Danielle.
To find non-title win for Liberty Bell and a nice shiner on the Illuminate High of the Sectarians. But why though? This was such a self-defeating ploy. They had to know this deal to join the sect was a concrete type that don't fly.
Possibly a ploy for sympathy. Or hell, I don't even know, guys. Who can figure these not very groovy ghoulies? And I bet you anything this is destined for the to be continued. continued pile.
Not by a long shot is this done, and Danielle could be at a higher degree of risk than usual. Better double the guards around her tanks.
Wonderful. We'll be right back.
Up next, Ty Schmidt of the Toxic Table, now under the guidance of Too Short Welfare Popeye Scott Bell, in a single situation with the lightning fast Tony Dangerous, joined at ringside by Mighty Molly.
The following contest is set for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by Too Short Welfare Popeye, Scott Bell. Representing the Toxic Table, here is Ty Schmidt.
Too Short's been running with the Toxic Table hot and heavy since acquiring them. Ty Schmidt just wrestled Josef von Schmidt to a draw. But tonight, it's the lightning fast one, in a match that Myron Schimmelman put together. Expecting Tony Dangerous to teach Schmidt a lesson.
AJ Hawk and Schmidt have gotten quite a bit of work lately, and I'm sure we'll be seeing Boston Connor before too much longer.
You know, Too Short is definitely not a hat kind of guy.
He hasn't worn one since he got his head shaved several years ago.
So I wonder what's wrong with him now. Doesn't make him look like no gangster. He looks like a goof. And that type of hat, oh man, well, at least he's got a nice gold tie. Ha! Poor Too Short. Well, when you're scraping the bottom of the barrel and all you've got left is the gunk, well, there's your Toxic Table. As Myron would say, most people throw it out. He brings it home. Garbage.
His opponent, accompanied by Mighty Molly from Statinopolis, weighing 196 pounds, the lightning fast Tony Dangerous.
My main man, Tony Dangerous, the resident RWL superhero, having a mix of good and bad in his present time. He's acquired new buddies like the Hurricane and Mighty Molly, and they've definitely been there hanging with him, but he's in desperate need of a solid win. He lost out on the #1 contendership for the Cruiserweight title, and he didn't do too well. He crashed and burned on that move, and, well, Oliver Hollywood made him pay for it. So there you go. Tony Dangerous definitely could use a win and a solid performance tonight. Let's see how he does against Ty Schmidt. I'm definitely favoring Tony. All right, well, let's see if Mr. Ty Schmidt runs up a bigger bill here against Tony Dangerous. He's still got Josef von Schmidt waiting in the wings. As Willie Johnson rings the bell, they come center ring. Tony gets caught up from behind by Ty Schmidt. A hard shot to the back. Whip to the far right corner. Here comes Ty Schmidt. There's a hard right to the head of Tony Dangerous. The lightning fast one catches a forearm right to the nose. Another hard right. Ty Schmidt coming out real aggressive here. Just starting out. All the way up from the powerbomb into the turnbuckles. Down goes Tony Dangerous. Ty Schmidt. Whoa! Damn, that was a hellified forearm right there. Just me, or have the Toxic Table turned a little bit extra mean since Too Short got a hold of him? Because damn, Ty Schmidt again. Oh, damn. He is just pummeling Tony Dangerous. Ain't no wrestling involved here. He's just beating the crap out of the guy. Schmidt off the top turnbuckle, elbow right to the chest of Tony Dangerous. And Tony is looking like he's having some serious issues here. Has yet to mount any real offense, and he is getting the living tar kicked out of him. And here comes Too Short under the... Oh, man. He's got a kendo stick. That might come into play later. Knuckles to the side of the temple of Tony Dangerous. Oh, man. This is just vicious. Ty Schmidt misses with the elbow. Tony back up on his feet, gets a hold of Ty Schmidt. A kick to the midsection and a face buster. And Tony quickly going for a pin, trying to wrap this bad boy up quick, but no, not even a one. Ty Schmidt powering out of the pin. Tony Dangerous rebounds off the ropes, and whoa, nice crossbody from the lightning fast one. Tony moves in on Schmidt. There's a kick. Ty Schmidt gets the upper hand, whips Tony to the far left corner. Oh, man, nasty uppercut. Tony Dangerous down and pinned. 1, 2. Nope, another near fall. Just a one. Ty Schmidt with a right to Tony Dangerous. Tony counters with a kick to the midsection. Gets a hold of Ty Schmidt. Takes him down. Nice DDT right there. A small little DDT, and Too Short has already undone that turnbuckle. Tony Dangerous all the way up on the top turnbuckle. Ty Schmidt center ring. Elbow axe handle finds the mark right at the top of the forehead. Here's a cover. 1, 2. Well, again, Ty Schmidt, catches double superhero boots to the gut and a kick to the chest as Willie Johnson corrects that turnbuckle. Ty Schmidt catching it from Tony Dangerous. The lightning fast one locks him up. Ty Schmidt whipped to the ropes and a beautiful power slam from the lightning fast one. Man, Too Short in that hat. Remember when they shaved his head, Wally, and he was walking around in that page boy cap worn backwards? Yeah, Scott Bell is just one of them dudes that just shouldn't do hats. Tony through the ropes and a whoa! Now that was a super DDT right there. Ty Schmidt caught all of it too. Both men on the outside. Willie Johnson already started the count. Tony Dangerous rounds up Ty Schmidt, pitches him towards Too Short. Too Short gets out of the way. Tony Dangerous locks in a heel hook stretch as the referee continues to count. He's going to stretch that count of 20 as far as he can get it to go. Tony Dangerous doing a little bit of showboating here. Ty Schmidt catches the stomp. Catches another, and he looks to be in a bit of discomfort at the moment. Tony Dangerous rounds him up. Ty Schmidt rolled back inside the ring. Here comes the lightning fast one over the top rope. Too Short returns to his corner, misses with the moonsault. Tony Dangerous crashes and burns again on a high-risk maneuver. He's got to stop doing that. Kick to the midsection from Ty Schmidt, clubbing overhand right, takes Tony down. Here goes Too Short Popeye again with that damn turnbuckle. Referee needs to just throw him the hell on out. Tony Dangerous caught up by Ty Schmidt, inverted vertical suplex. Ty Schmidt rounds Tony up by the leg. Dragon screw takes him down to the canvas and then snaps the leg. Ty Schmidt real aggressive. Damn. We've never seen Ty Schmidt quite this. Damn, that is just unnecessary. Yeah, he's definitely. Scott Bell has been feeding them some mean pills. Ty Schmidt countered by Tony Dangerous, back up on his feet, swings and misses with the clothesline, catches a right that turns him around. Oh man, he is busted up and now he's in a sleeper. Oh man, Tony Dangerous in big time trouble here. Couple of elbows to the ribs. And look at this, he turned it around into a pin. How about that? 1, 2. That would have been beautiful. Oh man, Hurricane Rana from the lightning fast one on Ty Schmidt. He's starting to lose some ground here to the Tony Dangerous. Kick to the midsection. Tony rounds him up. There it is, man. Dangerous measures. Tony covers, hooks the leg. Willie Johnson still distracted by that turnbuckle. You just need to throw Scott Bell the hell on out of here, man. 1, 2. Man, that was a count of 6. Unbelievable. Ty Schmidt catching it from Tony Dangerous now. Ty Schmidt on the mat and in pain as Tony takes it all the way up and all the way down into a frog splash. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3, and that is going to do it, folks.
The time, 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Tony Dangerous.
Well, wherever Myron is watching from, I'm sure he's smiling. Not. A bad day at the office.
The lightning fast one, stopping the forward momentum of the toxic table like Superman stopping a locomotive.
I knew he could do it. We'll be back with more Snarl in just a minute.
Okay, the newest ladies tag pairing of Jody Borick and Faye Crawford have appeared twice since their debut last week, winning both their recent matches.
Up next, the Memphis Millionaires and the Fairfield Fox try for 3 in a row against Nikki and Bree, the Bella Twins.
The following ladies tag contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, the team of Nikki and Brie Bella, the Bella Twins.
last time we were treated to the Bella Twins was just before Sweet Revenge this past June, when they lost to Jet Williams and Mimi Emerson on Rage, but Nikki and Brie are back with us tonight. And facing this new and pretty impressive pair of Jody and Faye, who still stand to Virtue at the present time, and they've damn sure never faced the Bellas as a team, could be their toughest match so far in their way young career as a unit.
They sure haven't done too badly in their first week, have they? But the Bellas, that's a team with not just a name, but a solid reputation behind them. Wonder if they can strike for a third win against this team.
Well, that is the challenge. They have definitely signed against a very tough team in the Bella Twins. We're going to have to see how Jody and Faye do it.
Their opponents, Memphis Millionaires Jody Vork, and the Fairfield Fox Faye Crawford JD, and the Fox.
It is no lie, the entire ladies tag team division with their eye on Jody and Faye, who just in their last matchup against Caden Carter and Katana Chance cleaned house pretty nicely. Again, it was Jody Vork picking up the second win for the team with this little package pin on Caden Carter or Katana Chance. I really can't tell from this distance, but the point was the pin got made. Jody and Faye 2 for 2 going up against the Bella Twins in this one. And oh man, this is going to be a great matchup. Two of the greats in our ladies division finally partnered up. Who knows? There could be tag team gold in their future. I am sure Power and Beauty and Les Femmes Fatale are all watching this match. Going to be Brie Bella and the Fairfield Fox starting things off here. Oh, this is going to be good. Referee Tom Canamura rings the bell, and here we go. The ladies come center ring. Faye Crawford locks it up with Brie Bella, has her up. Oh, look at this. A shoulder break. Oh, man. Wow. The Fairfield Fox countered with a kick by Brie Bella. The Fairfield Fox counters a kick to the midsection and another, and a right and a left and a right from Faye Crawford, and a spinning kick takes Brie Bella down to the canvas. And here comes the Memphis Millionaires, Jody Vork. Jody moves in on a down Brie Bella, gathers her back up to a standing position, gets a hold of her, hard whip to the corner. Jody moves in quick. The Memphis Millionaires scoop slams Brie Bella, follows up with a stomp to the midsection. Jody countered by Brie Bella with a dragon screw. And Brie Bella beats it out of town, turns it over to Nikki Bella. Jody Vork standing center ring waiting for her. Both ladies missed their move on that one. Jody charges, quickly counters Nikki Bella, a hard shot to the midsection. Goes around, rebounds off the ropes, a flying punch. Oh, now Jody Vork just all over the place. Takes Nikki Bella down, drives a series of knees into the chest of Nikki Bella. Oh, now the Memphis Millionaire is not playing any games here, turns it over to the Fairfield Fox Faye Crawford. This team, very impressive so far. Kick to the midsection to Nikki Bella from the Fairfield Fox Faye Crawford. Crawford gets a hold of her, has her up vertical. Oh man, what a crashing suplex from the Fairfield Fox. Look what we got cooked up here. Oh man, what a nasty surfboard stretch. And then rolled out into a pin. How about this one? 2. Apparently, Faye Crawford is a little bit more than just pure striking. She's been up to some new tricks. Nikki Bella on the outside. Faye charges through the ropes, but oh well, ow, ooh, no, that was not good. That was not good at all. Nikki Bella rolls Faye Crawford back inside after that horrible high-risk maneuver, poor thing. They lock up. Faye Crawford with the upper hand on Nikki Bella, drags her across to the ropes and is pitched over the top rope out onto the floor. Brie Bella goes behind on Faye Crawford, rolls her back inside the ring. Meanwhile, Nikki Bella goes after Jody Vork and gets hung up on the ropes. Well, now, Faye Crawford back in the ring and turning her attention back to Nikki Bella. A kick to the midsection, a counter from Nikki, who locks it up with Faye Crawford. Crawford counters, goes behind, one-arm suplex to Nikki Bella, and here's a cover from the Fairfield Fox. One, but just a one. Huh. Okay. Faye Crawford Gets the leg swept by Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella beating it out of town. Turns it over to Brie Bella. The Fairfield Fox standing center ring waiting for her. Brie charges, misses with her move, catches a cheap shot and a slap. Well, Brie Bella counters. And whoa! Faye Crawford counters so quick I didn't even see it happen. Damn. Well, now, an elbow to the shoulder, a hard shot to the back, followed up with another by the Fairfield Fox. Brie Bella rebounds off the ropes into a power slam. Wow. These two. Jody Vorick comes in on the tag. Brie Bella looking a little bit messed up at the present time. Jody turns her over. Gets a hold of her, and here we go. Wrist clutch, baby steps to the back from Jody Vorick. The Memphis Millionaireess gets a hold of her. Brie Bella being escorted to the other team's corner, head first into the turnbuckle. She goes. Here comes the Fairfield Fox on the tag. Here comes a double team from JD and the Fox. Double shoulders to Brie Bella, and down she goes as Faye Crawford takes over for her team. Knuckles to the side of the temple of Brie Bella as down she goes. A little chokey from the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford rounds Brie Bella up again. Gets the arm over the shoulder, gets a hold of the trunks, measures the weight. Here we go. Beautiful vertical suplex from the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford turns her back, tags in Jody, and here we go again. Brie Bella up against the ropes as Jody delivers a kick. Goes around, delivers a series of shots. Goes around again and another flying punch. Man, Jody Warwick just everywhere at once. 1, 2. Wow. Brie Bella gets that right shoulder up as Jody quickly turns it over to the Fairfield Fox again. Tag early, tag often. It seems to work real well for them. Nikki Bella comes in on the tag, catches a running kick from Faye Crawford. Runs right into the boot. Faye Crawford gets a hold of her. Has her up. Oh, what a brain buster from Faye Crawford. Into a gut-wrench powerbomb. Flips her over and drops a knee into her head. Well, now, Faye Crawford just going all kinds. These two, between the pair of them, the Bella twins haven't really stood too much of a chance. Faye Crawford twisting the arms on Nikki Bella. Drives a pair of knees into her back. The Fairfield Fox moves in from behind on Nikki Bella. A chop, a right. He gets a hold of Nikki, has her up over the shoulder, scoop slam. Nikki Bella being set up again for that surfboard stretch. A modified surfboard. Whoa, that looks so painful. Nikki Bella rounded up again. Faye Crawford takes her down to the canvas. Looks like she's going to set it up. Yep, the sharpshooter. Nikki Bella in the sharpshooter. Tom Canamora checking things out. Nikki Bella unable to escape here. Well, on second thought, maybe she is. Here we go. She found her way out eventually. Nikki Bella slams the head of the Fairfield Fox into the canvas. Brie Bella finally back on her feet and back to her corner. The Fairfield Fox gets a hold of Nikki Bella, has her. Whoa! What a pile driver. The Fairfield Fox stunned her with that pile driver, covers, but Brie Bella right there to break it up. The Fairfield Fox goes behind on Brie, but Brie counters with an elbow, gets herself out of there. Nikki Bella on the outside. Hard right to Brie Bella, another from the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford steps out onto the apron. The referee continuing to count Nikki Bella here, but apron DDT from the Fairfield Fox to Brie Bella. But Nikki Bella with a fly swatter on Faye Crawford. Referee Tom Canamora trying to get the ladies back inside the ring, finally succeeds. Faye Crawford rolled back in by Nikki Bella. Brie Bella looking a little bit worse for wear. The Fairfield Fox locks it up with Nikki Bella, has her up, sets it up, and what a nasty pile driver. Damn! Well now. Faye Crawford making her feelings about the Bella twins plain and doing a little bit of showboating while she does. Nikki Bella making her desperate move to get to the corner, catches a kick from Faye Crawford, counters with a shot to the midsection to Crawford, and a hard right takes Faye Crawford down. Nikki Bella shoved away by the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford stalking Nikki Bella now. This could be bad news right here. Up over the shoulders into the powerbomb position, but Nikki Bella would rather not go. Makes her case with a set of shots to the head of Faye Crawford. There's a snap suplex from Nikki Bella. Brie Bella comes in on the tag. Faye Crawford standing center ring waiting for her. Tried for the spin kick, but too slow. Snap mirror from Brie Bella and a flip over neck whip to the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford counters with a kick to the midsection. Gets a hold of Brie Bella. Whips her to the ropes. Misses with the spinning move. Brie Bella steps out, turns it over to Nikki. Faye Crawford charges. Whoa! Running spear takes Nikki Bella down unexpectedly. Nikki Bella back up on her feet, locks it up with Faye Crawford, gets a hold of Crawford, whips her to the ropes. Back body drop to Faye Crawford. Nikki Bella pitches her by her hair. Oh, man. This one's been good back and forth, guys. Face buster from Nikki Bella. The Fairfield Fox looks to be laid out. Crawford catches a right and a cheap shot from both Bella Twins. Is forced right back into the Bella Twins corner. Here's a tag to Brie Bella. Here comes a double team. Faye Crawford rounded up. Oh, man, double suplex. As Brie Bella assumes control for her team. Wait a minute now, Joe. Whoa, Faye Crawford with a hard right and a shot to the back of the head of Brie Bella. One arm slams her. The Fairfield Fox going in for the cover here. 1, 2. Shut up. Go down. Well, neither one of these teams going to give up easy. The Fairfield Fox, Faye Crawford, with a hold of the hair of Brie Bella, smashes her head into her team's turnbuckle. Here comes Jody Warwick on the tag. Here comes another double team. What are we going to see here? Oh, man, what a nasty slam. As Jody Warwick charges, takes down Nikki Bella, Brie Bella on the outside. Over the top rope. Oh, wow, man. Brie Bella taken down by the Memphis Millionaires. A human cannonball. Brie Bella rolled back inside the ring by Jody. Jody steps out, turns it over to the Fairfield Fox again. Brie Bella is helpless. Nikki Bella is, well, out to lunch at the present time. As the Fairfield Fox rounds her up, sets it up for the Style Splash and nails it. Here's a pin too. Here's the ref. 1, 2, 3, and that is going to do it. No Nikki Bella to save Brie. JD and the Fox win this one by pinfall.
The time, 10 minutes and 57 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, JD and the Fox.
Well, guys, an impressive 3 for 3 for the Memphis Millionaires on the Fairfield Fox. With this pinfall win over the Bella Twins this time, Faye Crawford picking up the win instead of Jody Warwick with a Styles Clash on Brie Bella. And it sure was a pretty win. Folks, we'll be right back with more RWL Snarl when we return right after this. A couple of weeks ago, we saw the team of Mark and Joe Coffey make their debut in RWL. Oh, they are back tonight, facing Mid-South champion Billy White Moon and his tag team partner Jim Dandy Deacons, Best of the West, to wrap up the first hour tonight.
The following tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, both from Scotland, at a combined weight of 490 pounds, the brothers Joe and Mark Coffey.
Well, we didn't pick up Wolfgang during our latest WWE fire sale bargain hunting, but we did get the Coffey brothers, Mark and Joe. To real-life brothers, who together with Wolfgang, cut themselves a path as Gallus in WWE.
And they have impressed with their recent performances since they debuted in October. And this tag match with Best of the West is one I'm sure looking forward to. So we can really see what the Coffey brothers are all about.
That's easy. They're all about old school wrestling style, and man, do they ever deliver on that.
You ain't lying, Wally. They remind me of Rick Boogs as far as being old school style, and they've definitely got it. So it's going to be a great mix with Best of the West. I promised you guys Texas Thanksgiving was going to be great, and well, let's get the party started right now with Best of the West.
Their opponents at a combined weight of 498 pounds. First, from Abilene, Texas, Jim Dandy Deacons, and from Norman, Oklahoma, they are WL Mid-South champion Billy White Moon, Best of the West.
The Mid-South champion and his longtime friend and tag partner Jim Dandy. They don't lose very often. Billy in particular has held on to the Mid-South belt with an iron grip since taking it from Tito Santana last year.
This is a first-time encounter between themselves and the Coffey brothers, so it's gonna be a little different, a little tougher of a challenge for the Western Besties. Being in undiscovered country, it won't be anything like their dealings with the unholy trinity, who they've become very familiar with.
All right, folks, that is Joe Coffey in the striped trunks, and he'll be starting off against Billy White Moon in this tag team matchup. As referee Willie Johnson rings the bell, and off we go to the races. They lock it up. Joe Coffey with the upper hand, but White Moon counters with some elbows, a throat chop, a chop across the chest, but a quick counter, a hip toss from Joe Coffey, and a knee to the head of Billy White Moon. White Moon, locked up by Joe Coffey, whipped right into the referee, an elbow from White Moon, right, another, a headlock takedown. Billy White Moon, very skilled in the scientific techniques. He is squeezing for all he's worth. Joe Coffey finds his way out. White Moon gathers him up, gets a hold on him, and a belly-to-belly suplex, dead center ring. Nicely done by Billy White Moon. The Mid-South champ gets a hold of Joe Coffey again. And, oh, man, what a chop. Oh, you heard that one all through the building. White Moon stopped by Mark Coffey from taking a high-risk maneuver. Mark Coffey returns to his corner. Joe Coffey just getting to his feet as White Moon gets back inside the ring, gets a hold on him. Another hard right forearm from Billy White Moon. White Moon with a series of short rocket kicks to the head and a quick cover and a quick hook of the leg long. Just one, says Willie Johnson. Huh. Well, Joe Coffey having his share of problems here. Whip to the Best of the West corner. Here comes Jim Dandy on the tag. Here comes a double team from Best of the West. Air assisted shoulder tackle as Jim Dandy moves in, and here comes Mark Coffey for the first time in the matchup. Jim Dandy rounded up by Mark Coffey, set against the ropes. Mark choking Jim Dandy with the top rope and yanks it, rolling Jim Dandy out to center. Mark Coffey with a stomp to the arm of Jim Dandy. Dandy quickly back up on his feet, whips Mark Coffey to his team corner. Mark Coffey about to be introduced to the turnbuckle and his 9 cousins. Oh, man. Wow. Jim Dandy took his time with that one. Mark Coffey collapses center ring. Jim Dandy Deacons takes himself all the way to the top. And he is waiting for Mark Coffey to stand himself on up. Here he comes, and oh, holy old hell, did you see that? Mark Coffey caught him and scoop slammed him center ring. That's power. Running bulldog from Mark Coffey. And now we're starting to see the Coffey brothers pull away here as Billy White Moon comes in on the tag. A running kick to the face from Billy White Moon. Mark Coffey catches a right from White Moon. White Moon locks him up, whips him to the ropes, ducks under, and oh man, what a right from White Moon. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg one, but no. Mark Coffey powers out of the pin. Billy White Moon right there to round him up again. Hurls him into the corner. Jim Dandy comes in to take over, but before he goes, there's a double team from White Moon and Jim Dandy. A back body drop for Mark Coffey, and down he goes. Jim Dandy doing a little showing off. Oh, man. Joe Coffey comes in with a Luthez press on Jim Dandy Deacons. Tries to round him up for a bear hug. Jim Dandy, with a double ear clap, disengages himself from Joe Coffey. A right, a jab, but a hip toss from Joe Coffey. Jim Dandy makes his way to a standing position using the ropes. Joe Coffey right there hangs him up by the waist over the top rope. That is a painful thing. As Mark Coffey comes in on the tag. Jim Dandy slowly making his way to a standing position, catches the right. Catches another one. Mark Coffey counter whipped over the top rope and out onto the apron. A right from Jim Dandy Deacons. A second one. A third one finally puts Mark Coffey on the floor. Jim Dandy going after Joe Coffey too. Hangs him up off the top rope. Both Coffey brothers laid out. Best of the West standing tall right now as Billy White Moon comes in on the tag. Referee counting. Oh, man. Billy White Moon slides on out. Goes after Mark Coffey. They're battling over the fallen body of Joe Coffey. There's one we don't see every day. Taking swings at each other, but Joe Coffey's in the way. Nice arm drag from Mark Coffey. Goes behind on him. One arm slam from Mark Coffey to Billy White Moon. White Moon rolled back inside the ring, just about knocking over Willie Johnson. Mark Coffey whips White Moon to his team's corner, follows it up with a clothesline. Down goes Billy White Moon, and in comes Joe Coffey on the tag. Again, the Coffey brothers trying to turn this one around. White Moon whipped to the ropes. Joe Coffey ducks under, leapfrogs, swings and misses. White Moon gets a hold of him, whips him to the ropes. Joe Coffey catches a kick to the midsection and a spin kick to the head. Down he goes. White Moon locks him up again. Joe whipped to the Best of the West corner. Billy White Moon playing tug of war with the arm of Joe Coffey. White Moon delivers a set of knees to the midsection. Joe Coffey definitely taking a pounding here at the hands of Best of the West. He counters, finds his way out of the corner at last. Locks it up with White Moon. White Moon counters with elbows to the heads and a spinning neck breaker. Here's a cover center ring from Billy White Moon. 1, 2. Joe Coffey powers out of the pin. Billy White Moon starting to look a little bit frustrated. White Moon with a kick to the head off the rope. Nicely done. Off the middle rope, moonsault beautifully executed by Billy White Moon. The Choctaw Chopper definitely firing on all cylinders tonight. Counter whipped into his own corner by Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey grinding the forearm against the face of Billy White Moon. Down goes White Moon, seated into his own corner. Joe Coffey gets him by the ankles, alley-oops him up out of the corner. Billy White Moon in some trouble here as Mark Coffey comes in on the tag. White Moon slow to stand up. Mark Coffey right there rounds him up, slams him into the turnbuckle, hurls him towards center. Mark Coffey rounds up Billy White Moon again, whips him to the Coffey brothers' corner. And he too is playing tug of war with the arm of Billy White Moon against the ropes. Mark Coffey countered by Billy White Moon. White Moon locks him up, whips him towards the Best of the West corner. Billy gonna quickly countered by Mark Coffey, locked up, kick to the midsection to White Moon. Mark Coffey gets a hold of him, has him up, crashing brainbuster from Mark Coffey, a knee to the head of Billy White Moon. And he's gonna go after Jim Dandy too, tags him with a hard right hand, steps out onto the apron. Jim Dandy's going for a ride. Oh man, crashes into the lip of the apron. Mark Coffey taken down by Billy White Moon. White Moon rounds him up. Into the ring post time, into the ring post time, into the ring post time, into the ring post time. Yes, I had to. Billy White Moon with knees to the leg of Mark Coffey. Jim Dandy Deacons is still out of it from Mark Coffey's attack. White Moon Rounds him up. The hot kiss at the end of the wet fist. Boom, there it is. Mark Coffey goes down. Jim Dandy Deacons back at his tag corner as Billy White Moon assists a recalcitrant Mark Coffey towards the ring. He does not want to go, and he's delivering elbows to the midsection of Billy White Moon. White Moon, locked up by Mark Coffey, finally escorted back inside the ring. Mark Coffey makes his way in. Billy White Moon gets a hold of him, whips him to the best of the West corner. A kick to the ribs, and another, and a jump kick into the chest from Billy White Moon. The Mid-South champion quickly countered here by Mark Coffey. Slam face first to the canvas. And Mark Coffey, look at this. Here comes Jim Dandy on the tag. He was not expecting that. Mark Coffey winds him up. Delivers the Russian leg sweep in spite of the surprise tag. A stomp to the midsection to Jim Dandy. This man, whoa! A series of clubbing elbows to the back of the head from Mark Coffey, who goes after White Moon too. Turns his attention back to Jim Dandy. Locks him up. Kick to the midsection. Mark Coffey gets a hold of him, has him up. Another brainbuster, this time for Jim Dandy. Mark Coffey catches an elbow from Jim Dandy Deacons, a chop, a right, a shot to the midsection, and a DDT from Jim Dandy, a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2. Oh, man. We just hit the halfway mark, and there's still no sign of a winner. This has been a good match so far. Wow. Jim Dandy whips Mark Coffey to the best of the West corner. A quick jab to the face turns it over to Billy White Moon. A double team kick to the ribs. White Moon gets a hold of Mark Coffey, has him up over the shoulder in the fireman's carry, hangs him up off the top rope. Billy White Moon quickly rounds him up again. Mark Coffey going back for another visit to the corner. And another set of knees from Billy White Moon. Mark Coffey collapses into the corner. Here we go as a couple of stomps to the face. Billy White Moon rebounds off the ropes, and there's a face wash to Mark Coffey, who rolls out towards center. Billy White Moon right there on top of him, stalking him, on it like a hornet. A counter from Mark Coffey. Back inside the ring. Locks it up with White Moon. White Moon gets the upper hand, whips him to the best of the West corner. He counters and finds his way out. A hard right from Mark Coffey. A hard uppercut takes White Moon down. Here's a pin. 1, 2. No dice. White Moon powering out of that one. And here comes Joe Coffey on the tag. Joe Coffey locks it up with White Moon. Belly to belly suplex. A nice one too. Here's another cover. 1. Well, you can't say they ain't trying. There have been a lot of pin attempts and a lot of near falls in this matchup. A shade over the halfway mark already. Billy White Moon on the wrong side of town, being roundly abused by the Coffey brothers. A driving knee into the head of White Moon by Joe Coffey. Joe starts to unload with hard right hands to the head of Billy White Moon. Oh, man. White Moon might want to think about tagging out to Jim Dandy at this point. He is getting hammered. Joe Coffey catches a leg sweep from Billy White Moon. And he's not going to leave without a parting shot. And looks like this is going to be it. There's a pulling pile driver to Joe Coffey, followed up with a stomp. He rolls out to the floor. Billy White Moon turns his attention to Mark Coffey, but quickly gets countered. Joe Coffey snaps out of it finally. But White Moon decides he's going to take it out on Mark Coffey with a set of 10 shot punches to the chest. And Mark Coffey is about to go down. Joe Coffey goes behind on White Moon, sets him up for the electric chair drop. And, oh man, whoa! A belly-to-back suplex with a pin. 1, 2. That was impressive. I'm telling you, the Coffey brothers are good. Hard right to White Moon. A running elbow takes White Moon down. Another pin from Joe Coffey. 1, 2. And Jim Dandy had to get in there and break things up. This one's getting intense. Stamping the hands and fingers of Billy White Moon. Joe Coffey starting to turn to more aggressive methods as this match progresses. Yanks White Moon across the town by the ankle. Joe Coffey with a little bit of showboating. A charge, a clothesline, out to the floor goes Billy White Moon. And now The Coffee Brothers trying to turn this thing around. Jim Dandy brought into the ring the hard way by Joe Coffey. Mark Coffey rolls White Moon back inside the ring. Joe Coffey returns his attention to the legal man in the ring. Misses with that move. Rebounds off the rope flying punch, and we just lost Willie Johnson. Oh, man. White Moon with a stomp to the face of Joe Coffey. He rebounds off the ropes and a running knee to the side of the head of Joe Coffey. Our referee, accidentally, of course, taken out. Whoa! Over the top rope elbow from Billy White Moon to Joe Coffey. Billy White Moon eyeing Mark Coffey, too. Goes after him. Oh, no, he's going to do it again. He wasn't satisfied with the first 10. He's going to get himself 20 on Mark Coffey. Joe Coffey nowhere to be found as his brother gets absolutely hammered by Billy White Moon. The Choctaw Chopper is definitely fired up. Locks up Joe Coffey. Whips him to the corner. Billy White Moon moves in on him slow. Another game of tug of war, this time with the arm of Joe Coffey. Billy White Moon. Another set of driving knees into the midsection. Down into the corner goes Mark Coffey. Joe Coffey, excuse me. Billy White Moon putting all his weight into both boots into the chest of Joe Coffey. Handspring and boom, double knees to the chest. Joe Coffey rolls out towards center. And Billy White Moon turns it over to Jim Dandy Deacons. The match 3/4 of the way through the time limit and still no winner. These guys are good. Joe Coffey counters and escapes the corner, gets a hold of Jim Dandy Deacons. Hard whip to the Coffey Brothers corner. Joe Coffey returns to work on the left arm of Jim Dandy Deacons. Gets him back into the corner. Jim Dandy counters with an elbow, gets a hold of Joe Coffey, and whoa! A hard right hand right to the face. Here comes Billy White Moon again. What a match we've had so far, man. Wow. The Coffey Brothers doing not too badly for themselves here. A wrist clutch knee to the foot to the side of the head from Billy White Moon to Joe Coffey. White Moon setting it up. Surfboard stomps to the back of Joe Coffey. White Moon gathers him up again. One more trip into the best of the West corner here. White Moon up on the middle rope, a flying kick to the head of Joe Coffey. Down he goes. Billy White Moon, oh, with a potent double axe handle to the chest. Here comes Jim Dandy again. And we're down to the last 3.5 minutes of this match, and still no sign of a winner. Unbelievable. What a performance from these two teams. A quick counter from Joe Coffey to Jim Dandy. A clothesline from Jim Dandy takes Joe Coffey down, and he's going to go after Mark Coffey while he's about it. Hangs him up the top rope and takes him down to the floor. And a little bit of line dancing from Jim Dandy. Joe Coffey on the outside. Billy White Moon rolls him in. An elbow drop off the top rope from Jim Dandy to Mark Coffey, and he's out. Gone, gone, gone. Joe Coffey going after White Moon. Jim Dandy back in the ring. A right, a left, a headbutt, and a double shot to the midsection to Jim Dandy. A right, a left, another shot, and another forearm. Finally taking Jim Dandy down to the canvas. Joe Coffey whips him to the ropes. Ducks under. Here comes Jim Dandy into a perfect power slam. Dead center ring. Nicely done by Joe Coffey. Here's another pin one. Unbelievable. Neither one of these teams is saying quit, man. Hard right hands from Joe Coffey. Mark Coffey brings himself in. The referee about to start counting him. He goes back to his corner. Jim Dandy with a kick to the midsection of Joe Coffey. Locks him up. Whips him to his team's corner. Here comes Billy White Moon one more time. A little over 2 minutes to go. Double axe handle across the arm of Joe Coffey. Billy White Moon gets a hold of him. Whips him to the ropes. Misses with the spear. Joe Coffey puts on the brakes. They lock up again. Look at this. White Moon. Whoa. With a tornado neck breaker I've never seen him do before. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2. Well, that about does it. Best of the West defeats the Coffey Brothers by pinfall.
The time, 18 minutes and 11 seconds. The winners by pinfall, Billy White Moon and Jim Dandy Deacons. Best of the West.
How about that? Another buzzer beater win for Deacons and White Moon.
White Moon, just always with the surprises. That tornado neckbreaker move is definitely a new addition to an already lethal repertoire.
Great win for Best of the West. Great way to wrap up the first half of tonight's Snarl, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with the second half right after the break.